Welcome to the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. This is your go-to resource for personal growth, mastering communication, and influencing and persuasion techniques that will help you unleash the full potential of yourself and others. Here is your host, Alex Morgan.
Welcome to another episode of the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. My name is Alex Morgan, and I'm a master trainer of hypnosis and NLP. And on this episode, we want to go into the concept of self-sabotage because this is something that's so common. It affects so many people, and it often prevents people from achieving their full potential. So maybe that's you. Or maybe that has been you before, or maybe you know someone that does something like self-sabotage. It's something that I find out when I'm messaging people and seeing what their problems are, or even when I'm working with clients. So it's good to understand how you can address and overcome self-sabotage, some of these behaviors that you do, and it's good to understand what may cause self-sabotage, because there are a lot of things that become a big obstacle really for no reason, and chances are these may be deep-seated beliefs, deep-seated programs that you have in your unconscious mind that you're doing unconsciously. So maybe by listening to this, when I go over some of these causes, you're going to realize that maybe this is the cause of your self-sabotage. Maybe this is the reason why you're not getting exactly what you want, because really the world is how it is, and all the problems are in the world, and there is things like self-sabotage and lots of different things because collectively of all of our thinking. So if we can all change our thinking together, the world would be a much better place, and we could all actually achieve much more together. So during this episode, I'm going to go over some different causes. I'm going to go over what you can do and give you some little things that you can do to kind of change your beliefs and become much more successful quite easily, because it's much more easy to create success and create success that's predictable when you understand currently what's going on in your mind and making changes at the unconscious level. Because the whole purpose is, it's not just to listen about self-sabotage. It's to put the effort in your mind so that when you listen to this episode, you won't have self-sabotage anymore. And that will last as long as you want it to last. So it's up to you. People always ask, how long does it work if I make a change in the unconscious mind? This change will last as long as you want it to last. It's just like doing a habit or learning something or thinking about something. How long do you actually want to think about that thing? Or how long do you want to keep that learning? How long do you want to do that habit or that behavior? You do it as long as you want until you don't feel like doing it anymore. When you find out that you can do something else that gets you even better results. So any behavior that you're doing that's causing self-sabotage, you don't want to do it. And you want to do anything else that's going to bring you the results that you want. And you keep doing those behaviors to keep getting the results that you want. It's easy. It's not about how long it lasts and all this. It's about how long do you want to get the results that you want or get better results, because you deserve it. You either deserve it all or you deserve it all and more. So some of the causes of self-sabotage, I'd say some common ones are the fear of failure and the fear of success. So the fear of not succeeding is obviously overwhelming to people, and this causes people to procrastinate. It causes them to make excuses, or people are just trying to protect themselves from disappointing themselves or others in the future. I was just messaging with someone the other day, and they told me that they're starting out some sort of program and they keep doing self-sabotage. So I'm thinking, are they starting the program, or are they just thinking and acting like they're starting the program, and they're afraid that if they go through the program and not do everything that they do, then they're not going to get any results. So maybe this person had a fear of failure. They were kind of procrastinating of actually getting through the program. And instead of going through the program, they started making excuses of, oh, I'm doing self-sabotage. This is what I'm doing. What else can I do instead? If you bought the program, go through the program. And then when you're going through the program, think of all the questions that you have and think how you can apply this to your life, to your reality. How can you use this information, whatever program it was? How can you use whatever program that you bought, that you purchased? How can you use it to create the life that you want? So you should be asking yourself questions as you go through different information so you know exactly how you can use the information. And the fear of success. Surprisingly, this can be just as powerful as the fear of failure, because some people, they worry that success is going to bring increased pressure, higher expectations, and it's going to cause them to maybe lose people in their life. So they have fears as well. So people, instead of actually taking action and doing things, then they're unconsciously going to sabotage their success because they're afraid of it. So a lot of successful people, they think that if they achieve large amounts of success, they're always going for more success, that it's really going to bring down their relationships. So they feel this pressure to achieve more and more because they know they can't, because they've achieved so much in the past. So they make bigger goals and bigger goals. However, they think when they make these goals and they keep achieving, that people just aren't going to understand them. It's not going to make sense to other people why they have to go for more. So a lot of people, high performers, they may even have a fear of success because they don't want to lose certain things. However, if you think about it, there's an easy way to actually deal with this one as well. The fear of failure, it's getting started. It's going through the program. It's asking yourself questions. It's actually applying what you learn. So get going. There's no need to procrastinate or make excuses. The first one's all about taking responsibility, not pointing the finger even at yourself. Take responsibility and do it. With the fear of success, it's a totally different strategy. You can design the environment that you're in. If you meticulously design the environment that you're in, the people that you want to be around, people that support you, people that are willing to help you with your goals, and you need to also have conversations with the people around you, how your goals are so important to you, because these goals will help you spend more time with your family, have the memories you want, create the things that you want with your family. So it's important, even if you're a high performer and you have a fear of success, that it's okay to achieve more and more success. You need to find a way and have maybe some difficult conversations with your family or with the people around you, how this is so important to you and how your personal life is going to be so much better if you're achieving your goals, because you're going to feel fulfilled. If you're going away from all the stuff that you don't want, it's going to be harder to achieve the goals. It's going to cause you more stress and your relationships will suffer even more. So you need to find out what is important to you, what's important to you about success, and then be motivated by all those pleasurable things. So in order to not have such a fear of success, the idea, so you're not self-sabotaging yourself, the idea is to be motivated by pleasurable things. And then when you achieve these goals, you can reward yourself. And this will allow you to reward not only yourself, maybe the people around you, your family, so that everyone can celebrate your success because you deserve it. and they deserve it. The people around you who are supporting you in your goals, reward them as well, and let them know when you achieve your goal what the reward is, so they're invested in it as well, and you're all motivated for you to achieve the goal. So turn the negative of motivation, that away from motivation, into something better, something more motivating, something that's more of a pleasurable experience. And then when you reward yourself, your mind will think going after your goals is a pleasurable experience. It won't think that it's hard. It'll think that it's easier. And if things are easier, chances are then you're not going to have a fear of success, and chances are you're not going to self-sabotage. Another way that people self-sabotage is perfectionism. So this is setting unrealistically high standards for yourself, and people inevitably, they're going to fail to meet these standards. They may give up altogether, they may procrastinate, or they may even avoid certain challenges, certain points of the goal because they don't want to be imperfect. So this one is easy because being perfect, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Nothing. You're going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And chances are at the end, it's never going to be perfect. And perfection is going to lead to things like maybe burnout, stress, anxiety. You're going to have fear. You're definitely going to maybe self-sabotage along the way if you have perfectionism. And the people around you, they're going to feel this as well. I'm not sure if you've ever been around a perfectionist. However, because they want to do everything perfect, maybe they want you to do things perfect as well. And maybe this is causing you stress. So if you're doing everything perfect, there's another way that you can do things. What you need to do is go for something else, because perfectionism, it's not going to happen. There's really no such thing as perfect or the one right way that's going to be perfect. What you can do is you can go for excellence. So all of these things, all these self-sabotage causes, it's just a way of thinking. Have you seen that so far? Fear of failure, fear of success, perfectionism. And then with each one, I'm telling you different ways that you can think so you can actually get what you want. You can do something different in your mind. You can have a different strategy in your mind. And when you have a different strategy in your mind, that leads to a new behavior. And that new behavior can lead to new results that are actually predictable. Instead of perfectionism, which is just doing something, but you don't have so many strategies because you're just trying to do it perfect. So you don't know exactly what's going to happen. You're just doing things, oh, this is perfect. I think this is perfect. And then that perfectionism doesn't actually lead to a perfect result. So in order to get the results that you want, you need to go for excellence. So excellence, if you had a test, excellence is going for 100%. So you're going to put in effort, and along with that effort, you're going to have a good attitude. You're going to say, you know what, I'm going to prepare. I'm going to do what it takes, whatever it takes, to prepare to do the best I can on the test or on the project or whatever it is that you're working on. Maybe you're writing a book, you're creating a course, you're going through a training, whatever it is. Maybe it's conversations with your family, with your colleagues, whatever it is. Think that you can do something every day that's going to get you closer to your goal. And you're going to do this in an excellent way. The thing about being excellent is one day that excellence is going to be different than the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Not every day is going to have the same amount of excellence. You're not going to put in, let's say, the same amount of effort every day because excellence changes every day with your thinking. So instead of perfectionism, if you go for excellence, then you're going to do the best that you can every day. You're going to do whatever it takes that day, and then you're going to learn from it, and the next day you can do even better. So excellence is about growth. It's not about being perfect. It's about thinking to yourself, how can I be better than yesterday? How can I get closer to my goal today? What's something that I can do now that's going to help me succeed in the future? So it's about this. And another reason that people self-sabotage is they get attached to their comfort zone. So change and growth, you have to step out of your comfort zone. And on one of the first episodes of the podcast, I explain why I call this podcast the hyper growth zone, and I go over the comfort zone, the growth zone, and the hyper growth zone. So for people who are attached to the comfort zone, they get so comfortable that they're actually not doing anything. They almost sabotage their efforts to grow or try new things, or if you give them ideas, they, oh no, I'm good. They prefer safety of what they know. They want to keep doing exactly what it is that they're doing. They're not necessarily going to make that big investment in themselves. They're not going to necessarily try anything new if they're attached to the comfort zone. So one of the easiest things that you can do is you can set realistic and ambitious goals, and you can break them into smaller, manageable steps so that you can make progress more achievable and it doesn't seem like it's some big things. And you need to learn to celebrate your success. So recognize and celebrate that you're making progress every single day, no matter how small that is. Because this will help you build confidence. This will reinforce the steps that you're taking outside of your comfort zone. Because look, even if you're taking small steps, these are risks that you never took before. And these risks that you're taking before, they're going to get you the new results that you haven't even dreamed of yet. So it's not necessarily taking huge steps. And this could just be thinking in your mind. You could think to yourself, okay, I'm in my comfort zone. What is it that I can do today that's going to help me? And you can spend time thinking about that and designing that in your mind. At least if you're focusing on something else and you're focusing on something that you want, your unconscious mind doesn't know what's real or what's imagined. So eventually then you're going to start doing that. You're going to start doing that in your reality. Because a lot of people, what they do in their comfort zone is they actually think about the thing that they don't want to do. So they end up not doing it. Because we get what we focus on 100% of the time. So either way, if you're self-sabotaging, if you're not thinking of doing it, then you don't do it because you get what you focus on 100% of the time. So at the very least, you need to think about different things that you can do, and that will allow you to get new results. So even if it's something small, do it because it will help you get much closer to your goal. It's that easy. And another thing that's really self-sabotaging people is their unconscious beliefs. A lot of people have deep-rooted beliefs, and often these come from the ages of 0 to 7 when you were walking around like a little unconscious mind, soaking up everything like a sponge. And this now, all these beliefs now, they can drive self-sabotaging behavior. So now that you're aware of this, all these beliefs, they're not necessarily your fault. However, now that you're aware of this, it's time to do something about it. Because a lot of people, they have beliefs around everything. Maybe some people think that being successful is selfish, or having too much money is actually a problem. Or they think that their reality is to always struggle. They'll always have to work hard. They're not good enough. They can't make enough money. Don't deserve it. Don't love themselves enough. That success is going to bring more problems. So all of these beliefs, they're going to influence everything that you're doing. Now, they're going to influence your thoughts, your actions, your behaviors, your decisions. So you need to find out what are the cause of these beliefs. What is it about these beliefs that is actually holding you back? What can you learn from having these beliefs? You need to start thinking about something else, don't you? So what can you learn from your belief? Once you identify what your belief is, you can ask yourself, when did you decide to create this? This will bring you back to the beginning of when you decided to create this, because all beliefs, there was some sort of decision that we made before. Like I said, this decision, it wasn't necessarily your fault. However, now that you're aware of it, you can do something about it. And then you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And then you can ask yourself, what can I do instead? Because you definitely don't want to keep self-sabotaging. You and I both know you don't if you're listening to this episode. And you want to do something else. You want to achieve something that maybe you haven't achieved. So you need to take those actions. And like I said, it's not always taking action in the physical. With each of these things, you can use thinking time to help you design the future that you want. Yes, you need to take action. However, you need to also design things in your mind that you want. Because when you design things in your mind, usually you're doing that with a good feeling. And when you attach a good feeling to a good picture that you're creating in your mind, you're more likely to have success. And right now, you may be thinking of success and self-sabotaging yourself. So think about that. If you hold what you want in your mind with a good picture, you're more likely to be motivated to actually take action on that. And the more you take action on that throughout the day, the more you're going to achieve. And then the more you're going to achieve, the more success becomes natural for you. And the more success becomes natural for you, you'll want to keep having success. And the more you keep having success, the more you build that belief in yourself, the more you want to be excellent, the more you want people around you to be excellent. People are going to notice what you're doing. So I hope this was helpful. If you do know anyone who is self-sabotaging or needs help with self-sabotage, please share this episode with them. If you want to work on any of your unconscious beliefs or the fear of failure, fear of success, perfection, whatever it is, the comfort zone, if you want to work on any of these things, reach out to me. All my information will be in the description of the episode. I do really appreciate everyone who tunes in. If you have a moment, please rate the podcast wherever you are listening. This helps it get into the minds of so many others. And if you have any suggestions about what you want me to speak about next, go ahead and reach out. It would be great to hear from you. Thanks again for listening, and I hope to see you on the next episode.